Edgar Cayce, often referred to as the sleeping prophet, remains one of the most enigmatic figures of the 20th century. His predictions, made during deep trance-like states, have continued to intrigue believers and skeptics alike. From world wars to personal health remedies, Cayce's prophecies covered a vast range of topics. But as we approach 2025, many are turning their attention to his most cryptic and unsettling forecasts. What makes 2025 such a critical year in Cayce's visions? Could it hold the key to the dramatic global transformations he described, events that seem increasingly plausible in today's turbulent world? Cayce spoke of political collapses, natural disasters, and spiritual awakenings that would reshape humanity's destiny. His warnings hinted at a time when old systems would crumble, and new paradigms would emerge, forcing humanity to confront its greatest challenges. In recent years, we've seen growing political instability, environmental crises, and societal divisions, issues that echo Cayce's prophecies. Some believe his warnings were not just predictions but a roadmap, offering us the chance to avert disaster if we choose unity, kindness, and spiritual renewal. Will 2025 mark the culmination of his visions? Or will humanity rise above and create a better future? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into Cayce's predictions, exploring their relevance to our current world and the mysteries surrounding 2025. Don't miss this opportunity to uncover the secrets of one of history's most mysterious prophets. If you're fascinated by stories of prophecy and the unknown, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring you more captivating content on Edgar Cayce, the mysteries of our world, and what might lie ahead. Let's unravel these enigmas together. As we navigate the unpredictable tides of the 21st century, the specter of global political collapse looms larger than ever. Once considered far-fetched, the idea of established political systems disintegrating under the weight of economic instability, social unrest, and environmental crises has now become a topic of serious discussion among experts and the general public alike. Could we be approaching a tipping point where the very structures that govern our lives begin to falter, leaving humanity at a crossroads? Political systems around the world are showing cracks in their foundations. Democracies are grappling with rising polarization, eroding trust in institutions, and the spread of misinformation. Autocratic regimes, while appearing stable on the surface, face growing internal dissent and external pressures as global connectivity continues to expose their weaknesses. Even international alliances, once bastions of unity and collective problem-solving, are strained by competing interests and shifting power dynamics. In regions like Asia, where economic growth and geopolitical rivalries intersect, the potential for instability is especially pronounced. China's rising influence challenges the established global order, creating friction with the United States and its allies. This rivalry is not just economic, it extends to technology, military advancements, and ideological battles. Smaller nations are often caught in the middle, forced to navigate an increasingly fragmented global landscape. Could this precarious balance eventually tip into outright conflict or a series of cascading crises? Europe, often seen as a symbol of unity and stability, is not immune. The European Union faces challenges ranging from internal divisions over immigration and fiscal policy to external pressures from Russia and other adversaries. The war in Ukraine serves as a stark reminder of how quickly regional disputes can escalate into global crises. Meanwhile, economic inequality and social unrest within individual nations threaten to undermine the fabric of European democracies, raising questions about the continent's future cohesion. Across the Atlantic, the United States remains a critical player in the global arena. But its own political struggles are becoming harder to ignore. Partisan gridlock, the erosion of democratic norms, and growing mistrust in the electoral system have left many questioning the country's ability to lead on the world stage. As the 2024 presidential election looms, the possibility of heightened political unrest or even violence hangs over the nation. Some analysts fear that the world's most powerful democracy could face its greatest internal threat yet, with implications that would reverberate globally. The Middle East and Africa, regions historically shaped by colonial legacies and resource conflicts, are also at a pivotal moment. While some nations are making strides toward stability and growth, others remain mired in conflict and economic hardship. Climate change adds another layer of complexity, exacerbating resource scarcity and forcing millions to migrate, often creating new flashpoints for conflict. In this volatile mix, the potential for political systems to collapse under mounting pressures is a growing concern. What about the role of technology in this potential collapse? On one hand, digital tools have empowered individuals and connected the world like never before. On the other, they have been weaponized to spread misinformation, disrupt economies, and destabilize governments. Cyber attacks on critical infrastructure, election interference, and the erosion of privacy all point to a future where technology could be as much a cause of political collapse as a tool for progress. So, what lies ahead? Will the world's political systems adapt and evolve to meet the challenges of the modern era? Or are we heading toward a period of unprecedented upheaval? Some argue that humanity's ability to innovate and cooperate will ultimately prevail, allowing us to navigate these turbulent times and emerge stronger. Others fear that entrenched interests, combined with a lack of visionary leadership, will lead to systemic failures that could plunge the world into chaos. The possibility of global political collapse is no longer confined to the realms of dystopian fiction. It's a real and pressing issue that demands our attention. As citizens of an interconnected world, we all have a role to play in shaping the future, whether through advocacy, education, or simply staying informed. Donald Trump, the 45th President of the United States, has been one of the most polarizing figures in modern political history. As we move into 2025, his health, ongoing controversies, and the legacy he leaves behind continue to dominate conversations across the world. With his influence still looming large in American politics, the question remains, what is the future of Donald Trump? And how will history view his presidency? Health has been a concern surrounding Trump for much of his political career. At the age of 77, he faces the natural aging process, raising questions about his physical and mental well-being. During his time in office, Trump's health was often scrutinized, with some questioning his fitness for the presidency due to his weight, diet, and apparent energy levels. Despite his outward vigor and frequent appearances on the campaign trail, the issue of his health continues to spark speculation, especially as he positions himself for another run for the presidency in 2024. As of recent years, the public has witnessed more moments where Trump appeared to show signs of age, including occasional verbal slips and physical stumbles during events. Despite these concerns, Trump has proven himself to be an extraordinarily resilient figure, both physically and politically. His ability to bounce back from multiple scandals and controversies has defied expectations. Whether his health will ultimately play a significant role in his future is unclear. But it's an issue that is certainly on the radar of his critics and supporters alike. Will his health be an obstacle to another presidential run? Or will it simply be another chapter in his unpredictable story? The controversies surrounding Trump are as abundant as ever, and many continue to shape his political identity. From the investigation into his role in the January 6 Capitol riot to ongoing legal battles concerning his business practices and personal conduct. The former president has been embroiled in one controversy after another. Trump's adversaries have used his actions during and after his presidency as evidence of his unsuitability for office, while his supporters view him as a fighter against a corrupt political system. His rhetoric, often inflammatory, continues to divide the country, with each new public appearance sparking both fervent support and deep disdain. The legal challenges facing Trump, including the investigation into classified documents and the ongoing scrutiny of his business dealings, show no signs of abating. Many are waiting to see if he will face serious legal consequences in the coming years. The outcome of these cases could have a profound impact on his future, both politically and personally. If convicted of criminal charges, Trump could potentially face prison time, further complicating the question of whether he can mount a successful presidential bid. However, his supporters remain steadfast, arguing that he is the victim of a political witch hunt, a narrative that could keep him politically viable for years to come. Perhaps the most significant question surrounding Trump's legacy is how history will judge him. As one of the most controversial and unconventional presidents in U.S. history, Trump's legacy is likely to be a subject of intense debate for generations. Some argue that his presidency brought about much-needed change, pushing the country away from establishment politics and challenging the status quo. Others believe his time in office was marked by division, chaos, and a disregard for democratic norms. There is no doubt that Trump's impact on American politics has been profound. He reshaped the Republican Party, turning it into a populist movement centered around his brand of nationalism and America First policies. His presidency also saw significant shifts in foreign policy, with a focus on confrontation over diplomacy, as seen in his trade wars with China, his withdrawal from international agreements, and his sometimes unorthodox approach to diplomacy, particularly with North Korea. His Supreme Court nominations and tax reforms are also significant parts of his political legacy. However, his critics argue that Trump's tenure emboldened white nationalism, undermined trust in democratic institutions, and divided the nation in ways that will take years to heal. The long-term consequences of his presidency are still being felt, from the erosion of norms to the rise of political extremism. How history will interpret his actions and their impact on the future of the U.S. and the world remains to be seen. But it is clear that his legacy will be one of complexity and controversy. Looking ahead, it is difficult to predict how Trump's health, legal battles, and political fortunes will evolve, with the potential for a third presidential run looming. The question of whether Trump can maintain his dominance in the Republican Party and challenge for the White House again in 2024 is a key issue. His political influence, despite setbacks, has not waned, and his loyal base remains as passionate as ever. As we approach 2025, the world watches with bated breath, waiting to see what comes next for Donald Trump. Will he continue to dominate the American political landscape? Or will his controversial legacy be overshadowed by legal troubles and health issues? The answers to these questions will undoubtedly shape the political discourse for years to come. Trump's impact, both in the United States and on the global stage, is far from over, and his story is still being written. How he fares in the years to come will be a crucial chapter in the ongoing saga of one of the most polarizing figures in modern history. As we face the uncertainties of 2025 and beyond, one of the most compelling aspects of the current era is the growing awareness of humanity's spiritual awakening. Throughout history, individuals, groups, and entire civilizations have grappled with the challenges of survival, progress, and enlightenment. But in recent years, There has been a noticeable shift, a deeper questioning of our collective purpose. The role of our planet in the vast cosmos. And the spiritual nature of existence itself. This shift is not merely a philosophical trend, it is an urgent call for transformation. A wake-up call for humanity that demands we reevaluate our values, priorities, and actions. The concept of spiritual awakening is deeply rooted in ancient traditions. But it has taken on new significance in the modern world. As global crises such as climate change, political instability, economic inequality, and social unrest continue to unfold, many individuals are turning inward, seeking meaning and guidance beyond the material world. This inner quest for spiritual growth is no longer confined to a select few religious or philosophical groups. It has spread across cultures, belief systems, and social classes. As people recognize the importance of a deeper connection with themselves, others, and the planet. At the heart of this awakening is the realization that humanity's current trajectory is unsustainable. We are living in a time where technological advancements, while offering tremendous benefits, have also created a host of unintended consequences. From environmental degradation to the erosion of social cohesion. Our rapid progress has come at a steep cost. As a result, many are turning to spirituality as a means of seeking balance, healing, and hope. Spirituality, in this context, is not about adhering to any particular doctrine or belief system. Rather, it is about recognizing the interconnectedness of all life and understanding that our individual actions have far-reaching consequences. It is about embracing the idea that humanity is not separate from nature, but an integral part of it. This understanding is central to addressing the global challenges we face and creating a future that is more harmonious, compassionate, and sustainable. One of the most pressing aspects of this spiritual awakening is the growing recognition of our collective responsibility to protect the planet. The environmental crisis, with its devastating effects on ecosystems, biodiversity, and human communities, is a clear signal that we have strayed too far from our natural roots. Many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of living in harmony with the earth, viewing it not as a resource to be exploited, but as a sacred entity that sustains all life. This perspective is gaining traction among environmental activists, indigenous communities, and spiritual leaders alike, as they call for a more conscious and reverent approach to our relationship with the planet. The growing interest in meditation, mindfulness, and other spiritual practices is also a response to the increasing stress, anxiety, and disconnection that many individuals experience in modern society. In a world that is often dominated by technology, consumerism, and the pursuit of material success, many are feeling lost and disconnected from their true selves. Spiritual practices provide a way to reconnect with inner peace, wisdom, and compassion, helping individuals navigate the chaos of the outside world with greater clarity and purpose. In this context, the spiritual awakening we are witnessing is not just a personal journey, but a collective movement. It is a call to action for humanity to rise above division, greed, and self-interest, and to embrace a new paradigm of cooperation, compassion, and collective well-being. This movement transcends borders, religions, and ideologies, uniting people from all walks of life in a shared vision of a better future. While the path to spiritual awakening may differ for each individual, there are common themes that seem to resonate universally. One of these is the importance of love and compassion as guiding principles. In times of crisis, it is easy to become consumed by fear, anger, and despair. However, Those who are attuned to the spiritual dimension of life recognize that love is the antidote to these negative emotions. Love, in its purest form, is the force that binds us together, that heals wounds, and that creates lasting peace. Another crucial aspect of the spiritual awakening is the recognition of the importance of consciousness itself. As we become more aware of our own thoughts, emotions, and actions, we begin to realize that we have the power to shape our reality. Our collective consciousness, shaped by our individual and shared beliefs, has a profound impact on the world around us. The more we cultivate a consciousness that is grounded in love, compassion, and respect for all life, the more we can collectively influence the direction of our future. As we look ahead to 2025, the spiritual dimension of our lives will continue to play an essential role in shaping our response to the challenges we face. The path to awakening is not always easy, and the road ahead may be fraught with difficulties. However, the emerging global consciousness is a testament to the growing desire for transformation, a desire to create a world that is more just, peaceful, and connected. It is up to each of us, as individuals and as a collective, to answer this call and to embark on a journey towards spiritual growth, healing, and enlightenment. The wake-up call for humanity is here. It is time to listen, reflect, and act. As we move into the future, let us embrace the spiritual dimension of life as the guiding force that will lead us toward a brighter, more sustainable world. As we approach 2025, the world stands at a critical juncture, facing unprecedented challenges that require deep reflection and thoughtful action. From global political instability to environmental degradation, economic uncertainty, and technological advancements, the landscape of the future is rapidly changing. While it is impossible to predict every detail of what lies ahead, there are certain steps we can take to prepare for the challenges and opportunities that 2025 may present. Preparation, in this context, is not just about anticipating external events, but also about nurturing our inner strength, resilience, and adaptability in the face of a rapidly changing world. 1. Cultivating resilience and adaptability. One of the most essential qualities needed for the years ahead is resilience. The unpredictable nature of the future means that we must be prepared to face adversity with strength and grace. Resilience is not simply about surviving in difficult times, it is about thriving despite challenges. In a world where political, environmental, and economic landscapes can shift suddenly, having the ability to adapt to new situations is paramount. This involves not only developing practical skills that will be useful in an evolving job market but also cultivating emotional and psychological resilience to cope with stress, uncertainty, and change. This preparation involves embracing flexibility, learning to see change as an opportunity rather than a threat, and developing a mindset that is open to new ideas and possibilities. Whether through improving emotional intelligence, strengthening our relationships with others, or gaining knowledge in diverse fields, becoming adaptable in the face of change will empower us to navigate the challenges of the future with confidence and composure. 2. Fostering global awareness and cooperation. With global political tensions, economic shifts, and environmental challenges on the horizon, the importance of global awareness and cooperation cannot be overstated. In 2025, we may find ourselves grappling with the consequences of political fragmentation, international conflicts, or the global impacts of climate change. It will be crucial for individuals and nations alike to come together to address these complex, interconnected issues. Preparing for 2025 means becoming informed about global events, trends, and issues, Whether it is through learning about international politics, understanding the implications of economic changes, or staying informed about the climate crisis. Global awareness helps us see the bigger picture and fosters empathy and understanding. Additionally, cooperation, both within our local communities and on the global stage, will be essential. Collaborative efforts to address common problems, such as climate action, humanitarian efforts, and global health challenges, will be critical in creating solutions that benefit all of humanity. 3. Prioritizing sustainability and environmental responsibility. Environmental issues are expected to intensify in the coming years. With the impacts of climate change, resource depletion, and environmental degradation becoming increasingly evident. Whether through extreme weather events, rising sea levels, or the destruction of ecosystems, the consequences of our actions on the environment will be felt on a global scale. In preparation for 2025, it is essential to adopt more sustainable practices in our personal lives, communities, and businesses. Sustainability is not just about reducing carbon footprints, although that remains a vital part of the equation. It also involves rethinking how we use resources, how we consume, and how we live in harmony with the planet. From supporting renewable energy initiatives to reducing waste, adopting plant-based diets, and promoting green technologies, there are countless ways in which we can contribute to a more sustainable world. As we face the challenges of the coming years, the need for individuals and organizations to take responsibility for the planet's future will be more pressing than ever. 4. Embracing technological advancements. Technology will continue to play a central role in shaping the future. With artificial intelligence, automation, biotechnology, and other innovations expected to drive significant changes in nearly every sector. Preparing for 2025 means staying abreast of technological developments and learning how to leverage them for personal growth, professional development, and societal benefit. While technological advancements offer great promise, they also raise important ethical questions and challenges. For instance, automation could displace jobs. AI could create new concerns about privacy and data security. And biotech could present dilemmas related to genetic modification and human enhancement. It will be crucial to engage in ongoing dialogue about how to use these technologies responsibly and ethically. As individuals, we must take steps to improve our digital literacy, understand the implications of emerging technologies, and ensure that we are well equipped to navigate an increasingly automated and connected world. 5. Strengthening social bonds and community networks. In times of crisis and uncertainty, strong social networks are invaluable. Preparing for 2025 means nurturing our relationships with family, friends, neighbors, and communities. Social bonds provide emotional support, stability, and resilience in times of difficulty. In an age where individualism often takes precedence, it is crucial to build connections and collaborate with others to create a sense of shared purpose. Community resilience, both locally and globally, will be a key factor in overcoming the challenges that lie ahead. Whether through supporting local businesses, volunteering for social causes, or participating in community-building activities, strengthening social ties will help create a safety net during times of upheaval. As we prepare for 2025, we must also consider how to contribute to the well-being of others. Whether through acts of kindness, advocacy, or support for marginalized communities. 6. Focusing on personal growth and self-care. Amidst all the external challenges we may face in 2025, it is important not to neglect our personal well-being. The stresses of the world can easily take a toll on our mental, emotional, and physical health. Therefore, self-care must be an integral part of our preparation. Regular practices such as meditation, mindfulness, exercise, and healthy eating can help maintain balance and reduce stress. Cultivating a sense of inner peace and emotional stability will be essential in facing the external pressures of an uncertain future. Additionally, focusing on personal growth, whether through education, learning new skills, or developing emotional intelligence, will ensure that we are equipped to meet the demands of a changing world. Investing in ourselves, both physically and intellectually, will prepare us to thrive in an increasingly complex and unpredictable future. 7. Preparing for the unpredictable. Finally, one of the most important aspects of preparing for 2025 is acknowledging that the future will inevitably be unpredictable. Global crises, personal challenges, and unforeseen events can change the course of history overnight. Therefore, while we can and should prepare in practical ways, we must also cultivate a mindset of openness to the unknown. Flexibility, adaptability, and a willingness to embrace change are the best tools we can have as we navigate the uncertainties ahead. By taking these steps, developing resilience, fostering global awareness, prioritizing sustainability, embracing technology, strengthening social bonds, focusing on self-care, and preparing for the unpredictable, we can create a foundation of strength and adaptability. As we enter 2025, the world may continue to change in dramatic ways. But our preparedness will allow us to face the future with courage, hope, and purpose. As we look toward 2025, the world stands on the precipice of profound change. Whether we are facing political upheaval, environmental crises, technological advancements, or personal challenges, the future is marked by both uncertainty and opportunity. It is easy to feel overwhelmed by the scale of the changes ahead. But by preparing thoughtfully and consciously, we can navigate these shifts with resilience, adaptability, and hope. The key to surviving and thriving in the years to come is a combination of practical preparation and inner strength. We must develop the skills to adapt to new technologies, navigate global challenges, and prioritize sustainable practices that protect our planet for future generations. At the same time, cultivating emotional and psychological resilience, strengthening our relationships, and fostering a sense of global unity will help us face crises with solidarity and strength. While we cannot predict the exact events that will unfold, we can equip ourselves with the tools needed to approach the future with a mindset that embraces change and seeks growth. The uncertainties we face in 2025 may seem daunting, but they also provide us with an opportunity to reimagine our world, to build stronger communities, and to create a more sustainable and compassionate future. In the face of challenges, it is crucial to stay informed, remain flexible, and foster a sense of shared responsibility. Each one of us has a role to play in shaping the future. Whether by making personal choices that support sustainability, fostering understanding and cooperation across borders, or focusing on our own mental and emotional well-being. By doing so, we can collectively create a world that is not only prepared for 2025 but also ready to build a brighter, more hopeful tomorrow. As we move into the future, remember that the key to preparation is not fear of the unknown, but a commitment to growth, resilience, and compassion. Let us step forward with the understanding that, while the future may be uncertain, our response to it is within our control. The choices we make today will shape the world of tomorrow, so let's choose wisely. With courage, foresight, and a deep sense of responsibility to one another and the planet.